Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, crackheads and hoes, I go by the name of B.Dus, aka BlackBeltJoneZz, and you tuned into another edition of Hell No, Bo. It's a podcast where I just sit here and shoot the shit, whether it be me by myself or with other people, and as you can see, it's just me by myself. Sitting here chilling. It's cold outside, Bo. I mean, it makes sense to be cold outside. It's March, but I mean, in most areas, especially in the South, our weather be fluctuating. Like it'll be January and be 70 something degrees, and then the next week or a couple of days later, it's in the 30s. Like, for what? Last week, me and two of my cousins went and played golf, bro. Hole 18. I could have wore some short britches if I wanted to. I wore long britches though. Britches is pants and short, like what you put on your bottom half. For y'all who act like y'all ain't got no grandparents and no old aunties that lived and existed in the pre-internet era. Speaking of, bro, I was sitting there thinking, with everything going on as of late, the recent strikes on all the cargo ships, when all that was at its peak, and now with World War III, the whole Russia and Ukraine and whoever else they want to pull into it and who else want to jump in, talking about what's getting banned, oil's getting banned from Russia, and we ain't gonna accept this, we ain't gonna accept that, but we gonna probably have to get back to where we do some old school stuff, man. I'll tell you something. I was born in '86. I feel like I was raised in a perfect time because my parents, like we wasn't rich. I don't even think we was poor. I was trying not to say that. We was poor. We did what we could, what we had, but you had to figure shit out for yourself. And luckily by the time I came along, things were getting figured out, but I still got to see and still had to do, maybe not as much as some of my older cousins and my siblings, but I had to do some of that stuff out there. I had to learn how to plant and how to water and how to take care of some crops and how to do your landscaping and how to make all this stuff when you ain't got the stuff that you need to have to make this stuff, but you figure something out to make this stuff and you make it right anyway. And sometimes when you make it that way, you make it better than you would when you had the regular stuff that you would have needed to make it anyway. Woo! You know what I'm talking about? Hey. And then to be ushered into like the internet era and all, technology and all that, the automation, it's convenient. It's convenient, bro. But I feel like if something happened and the internet gets shut down for an extended period of time, like I'm talking about months, possibly years, and all this automated stuff is gone, bro, it's gonna be hell on earth for a lot of generations. But for them other generations like mine and a couple of them before us, and probably some of them after us or after mine, because they were still raised in those areas. It ain't gonna be so bad for us. It's gonna be like an inconvenience. Real easy for me to go on my phone and order some groceries and schedule it for a pickup when I get off work, and I can go pick it up when I go pick up my baby. Or I can go pick it up whenever I go pick up something else. But instead, you got to go drive to go get it, which is what we used to do before you had to pick up anyway. But then the gas be about $30,000 a gallon, so you ain't driving nowhere. I ain't got no horse. I could get me a bike. But then you got to carry all that. Might as well just grow it in your yard. You don't know how to grow no crops, boy, you better figure out, boy. It might be a time where you might need to grow them crops. I don't know how soon, how late, how far along it's gonna be, but hey, it's gonna come a time. Woo! Hey, I appreciate being country. I'll tell you that much. I appreciate being country. Another reason I appreciate being country, because you have your space. And everybody ain't all cramped up together. You know what I'm saying? You look out the side window of your house and you can almost reach out and touch your neighbor. Or your neighbor's like 3 or 4 steps across the hall when you walk out your front door. No, man, I like having a yard. Even if your neighbor is close to you, the closest it is like, maybe about 30 yards, 50 yards, 100 yards. You got to measure in yards, not feet, not footses. Man, hey, ain't nothing like having that space, bro. And with having that space, I think that's the reason I'm the way I am now, man. I like being in the mix of everything. I like, hanging out with people and chilling and doing all that ish, but hey, bro, sometimes I just be wanting to chill. Sometimes I just want to chill around nobody, by myself. Don't get to do that much when you got a chap, but when chap go over one of our grandma's houses, go somewhere with a mama, that kind of stuff. Hey, I bet people be thinking I be doing all kind of crazy shit when I tell you I be here at the house. I be at the house. I hit the gym. I be over at old Lake Murray. Give me a little rest spot over there at Lake Murray. Go chill, watch the water, man. I'm a peaceful kind of guy. You know what I mean? Go do that, man. Might go to the range, whether it be the golf range or the gun range. I'm still a peaceful kind of guy, but don't mean you can't protect yourself, bro. I mean, they about the same distance from each other. Well, they ain't too far from each other. Leave the lake. Got a little peaceful mind. I can go to the golf course. I ain't got to check on nobody. Little automated golf range. I can go get me a bucket of golf balls, go out there and hit a couple. Go to the house. Or if I feel like getting a little more off, got a little aggression with my golf swing, go to the gun range. If I have my stuff in the back, go let a couple of them off. Take my ass to the house. Chill. Hey, don't call me. I ain't going nowhere. I swear. That's one of the reasons I like where I live, man. Like, I live close to the city. Like, I live close enough to the city to where if I need to get to anything, it ain't like an inconvenience or a crazy inconvenience for me to drive to go get it. It's just, I got to drive a little extra longer, a little extra further. But at the same time, if it's something I ain't really trying to do, if it's, get a call, hey man, we downtown, we in the Vista, we at 5 Points, we in Northeast, we in wherever, we at a bar, we at golf, or we at wherever, I don't care where you at. If I don't really feel like going, I ain't gonna make it. Come on, man, I ain't gonna be able to do it. You can ask my people, man, like a couple people I be rolling with the most in this area. Hey, does something hard to come out that house. Unless Dust need to come out that house. If I'm already out of the house and you let me know what's going on, or I'm getting ready to get out of the house, hey, you better let me know then, or you better plan something. Especially if it's after like 6 o'clock, I ain't going no further than Northeast Columbia. No, I ain't better do it. I have stuff to do. And sometimes the stuff that I got to do is nothing at all. Sometimes the stuff that I got to do is just sit out on the porch and relax. Because ain't nothing like it, bro. There's enough going on in life to where, let me tell you something real quick. Because this thing has been bothering me for the most. And I'm cutting off from what I was talking about. Getting old. I ain't even a hairy person. I'm not a hairy person. You see I'm patchy. But I get hair, like some of the places I get the most hair be some of the most inconvenient places, like my nose. I get these look, like they don't even be them big bushy long ass nostrils or nose hairs. They be like them little fine ones right here. And I gotta trim them, but it seemed like as soon as I trim them, they back the next day. and they don't ever grow no longer than about a centimeter or two. And when I tell you they the itchiest thing, and the only way they like grow back at a shorter or a slower pace of time is if I actually pluck it out with my hand. When I tell you that thing hurt right now, ooh. But I can't stand them, boy, because they always itching, and I don't know, I be feeling like I be just scratching my nose all the time, and I be like, I wonder if motherfuckers think I be on that booger sugar. I ain't. Look at me. Look how big I am. I ain't on that. Look how laid back I be. Man, I talk shit, but I ain't hopped around and all this. No, I'm too relaxed. I don't know booger sugar. I just got some aggravating nose hairs. I don't like that shit. Starting to get some of them in my ear. They ain't bad yet, but I'm starting to get them. I don't appreciate them, but hey, it's part of life. You know. Got my grays going on. The hairline started going back in high school, you know, bald as hell. I mean, I ain't naturally bald. I can still grow hair up there. But that hairline is horrible. That thing is horrid, boy. Woo! I'm talking about, it don't make no sense. You know how, like, you had, like, the hairlines. I ain't about to show it. Hold my dick. Hold up. I had to make sure. I was about to pull my bargain. Hell, you can't hardly. Yeah, you see that? You see that right there? You see that? That ain't even what it looked like. But that's how far back it is now. So yeah, I had to shade that bad boy. I started doing this little thing, like my hairline would be about right there. Actually, it was about right here. And I started doing this little thing where I would just take my hand and just be in the mirror and I cover up just to see how I'd look with a bald head. And the next thing I know, I kept measuring back and back. And when I saw that, you know, I was only covering half of the top of my head, it was like, yeah, it's time to go ahead and put a razor to that thing, boy. Well, I ain't put a razor to it first. I was scared of that. Because put clippers to it first, and then eventually I was like, fuck it, I'm going to use a razor. And I tried a razor, and I did it the wrong way. I shaved against the grain. I was good here. I was good here. But when I tell you, back of the neck. You ever seen a Star Crunch Debbie cake? Imagine if a Star Crunch Debbie cake, all the little bumps had like white tips. That's how the back of my neck looked, boy. Using that damn razor back there going against the grain. Whoo, that was some horrid shit. Found out about this thing called, what is it, Skin Tight. That's some stinking strong stuff. When I tell you that junk had me right in about a week, I say, yeah, I'll never use a razor again. Just later on, I found out I was just using it the wrong way. I got to go with the flow. And know what patterns. And some of it I can get a little closer, but when it come to back here, I ain't playing no games. I go with the grain. They came out of nowhere. That whole oh yeah, I know where that conversation came from. It's because my nose was itching because it just started itching again. Ooh. Speaking of like body part stuff, like just stuff going on with your body and growth and what our bodies deal with as we go along in our lives. I was watching an episode of the 85 South Show and they just joking around and brought up the fact that women get new coochies every month, which, I mean, we know you ain't exactly getting a brand new coochie, but you are pretty much getting a new coochie. That lining get tore out of y'all every month. But bless y'all heart, because, whew, I don't know what I'd do, bro. Like, as a man, if like, you had to get new parts, like, what would it be? It wouldn't be your meat. I guess it'd be your nuts. Like every month, your nuts fall off. Like I don't know if it be like they be an opening in your sack and they fall out your sack, or maybe just the whole sack just fall off like a dog tail with a rubber band on it. First of all, before I even continue, anybody who ever tried to get their dog tail shortened by putting that rubber band on them and just letting them walk off and have that tail deteriorate off of them, y'all some sick some bitches, boy. Y'all some sick some bitches. That used to be the nastiest shit. I used to just be walking around town. Jefferson ain't so big. But you walk around town, you see everybody dogs, and you see got that rubber band all up on the ass and the dog tail just stanking, hanging along the back, or be done half fell off and it's all dried up blood and shit. Y'all, that was some nasty shit. Still, imagine you wake up in the morning like 10 years old. I think it's around 10. I'm trying to figure this thing out because, I got a little girl and she's going to eventually start having her period when she gets older. And, most of the people I ask, they say they got theirs around the 10-year-old range. So I figure I need to start getting prepared so I don't freak out if my baby's around me when she have her first period. I'm going to just make sure when she get close to that age range, I'm going to just keep some shit in my car. Well, I know I'm going to have to rotate it, but, I ain't going to have my baby put no stale stuff with, I don't even, never mind. But still, just thinking, as a 10-year-old me, as a 10-year-old little boy, I'm just imagine just waking up, one Saturday, and this is under assumption, which is incorrect because I never did this, but this is under assumption that I wake up before my mama come tell me to get my butt up out this bed and come clean these dishes and clean out this oven and wash this refrigerator and polish that furniture and mop the floors and every weekend. Anyway, I get up to go take a piss first, and you got the sleepy, the boogers in your eyes, and you reach down to grab your stuff and get ready to aim, and you don't feel nothing on the back of your hand. Fellas, when you grab your meat, you get ready to pee, you feel your nuts on the back of your on the back of your pinky back there. You're holding it, but back here, you feel your nuts back there. But you're 10 years old and you don't feel no nuts back there. And you look down and you see your pee is going down, but you also see some blood is dripping. And it's dripping off your hand, and you look down, you see you ain't got no nuts. You see a drip of blood coming from yourself to the bed, through the bathroom. And you look in the bed and you see this big puddle of blood and you see 2 nuts there. Mama! Yeah, I'm wilding out. I couldn't imagine it. And then you gotta grow your nuts back every month. But them like nuts, like they got this. That couldn't be like no week process. You probably had like a month-long period. So you probably had like one period a year or something, or where you just grow new nuts. I don't like that. That be the kind of stuff that come in my head when I hear things, man. Like, some of my boys done ask me, like, "Does I don't know what be going on through your head, bro, but you crazy as hell." I'm like, yeah. I'm just random. Dude. At the same time, I started putting out a lot of this stuff, and I used to think a lot, like, should I post this? People ain't gonna get this. Ain't nobody gonna understand why I'm laughing at this or why I'm saying this about whatever. But then, just as life went along, I started just not giving a fuck and just continued to not give a fuck and just kept doing me. And I'll tell you the moment that I really, really stopped giving a fuck, and it was when I had my daughter. Like, when my daughter entered this world, and I started realizing that, like, all right, I got a chap. Like, it's cool for them first few months or whatever. It's a culture shock now. Scared as hell. Don't know what the hell I'm gonna do. Don't know if I'm gonna be a good daddy or none of that shit. But you figure out a way because you ain't got no choice. But after a while, when your chaps start developing the personality and start learning to do stuff for themselves and talking, and including talking, that includes talking back, and having little attitudes and shit like that. I got a little girl, and then when I tell you that little girl be on one. Sweetest thing in the world, but when she be on one, she be on one. And it's like, I can't talk to her like she a nigga on the street or a nigga just walked up to you and just disrespected you. It's like, that's your baby. That's your baby girl, man. You wouldn't. But and you reserve all that shit and you just be like, you know what? Fuck it. I told you to get down. You ain't want to get down? Daddy. What I tell you? What I tell you? You have to start growing some I don't give a fuck, because I get tired of being scared of my baby, or I got tired of my baby almost hurting herself or potentially hurting herself and this, that, and the other. And then that being so cautious turned into, you know what? Fuck it. I done told you. You're so grown now. You got attitude. You know what you want to do. You know what everything is now. You know everything. You my mama. I ain't the parent. I ain't the parent. Hell. Chap. 78-year-old woman in a chap body. Tell me what to do. I'm the damn daddy. But all right. I don't know nothing. Go ahead and do yourself. Do. And see that? You done failed. What I tell you? Now come here. Let me rub it. Let me kiss it. I told you. You need to listen to your daddy. You end up forcing that I don't give a fuck. And that shit has carried over to so much other shit. Oh. My cousin damn hit me up yesterday. They had this big food truck thing. And it's a dope joint. It sounded like a dope event. He even hit me up again the day of, and while he was out there, I saw a couple videos he took. Like, shoot, looked like an event. But I wasn't going nowhere. I had this day where I said, I'm gonna sit here and chill. I'm gonna get some stuff done, but I'm gonna sit here at the house. I'm gonna do shit at the house. I don't need to go nowhere. Tired of going place. I want to do something for my damn self. Sit here and chill. That's what I did. Damn right. The only thing I did outside this house, I got in the car and I drove to the range because I was going to go. And I got there and I parked to get ready to go get my golf balls. And that goddamn hawk went and shut my door. That shit said whoosh and hit like my neck, because I had a jacket on and I had a hat on. Not this one, but I had not the boggin, but a hat. And it hit the side of my neck, that cold. I closed my door and I drove back home. Yeah, I drove that many miles for nothing, wasting all that gas. That shit hurt me, bro. Same time, though, I ain't gonna complain about it, because this ain't the first time I remember gas being $4 and something cents a gallon. And I had a Tahoe, and that was the case. Actually, no. I had a Grand Prix. And that shit was goddamn $4 and some change a gallon. I was up in Charlotte, North Carolina, over by University Place. I was doing an internship. Boy, that thing was hurting my pockets. Now, hey, I might not like paying $70-something to fill up, $70-something, $80-something, but I know some people that's taking $100-something. I've seen truckers taking over $1,000, which I can't compare to no trucker, but it's cats with trucks and SUVs paying $100-something to fill up their car, to not even fill up their car. I ain't gonna complain about $70, $80-something. Shoot, I got it. Hey, do yourself. I ain't gonna say it don't hurt, but whoo. I was sitting there thinking all the things I could have used them extra 40, because I remember it used to take about $44 to $46 to fill up my tank from E to full. I always fill up and then I let it go all the way down to E before I fill up. I always did that. Now, shit, not again. Next time I see that something get down to 3/4, I'm going to fill up again. You ain't about to take $80 at a time from me. I mean, you're going to get it over a period of time, but hell, shit. Sitting my ass at the house. So he call me, hey man, it's fire out here. I told him I saw, it must be. He said it seemed like it was a couple thousand people out there. I said, no, I ain't gonna be able to do it. I ain't gonna be able to make it. He said, all right. Cousin understand. My people that fuck with me understand, man. B.Dus don't be giving a fuck. B.Dus be needing the space. B.Dus do his thing now. I'm social now. Don't get it twisted. I'm social. I come out, man. I cut the food. I cut the food with you now. Tomfoolery and buffoonery. I come cut food with you, hang out, chill, relax. Hell. Shit. Man, I'm about to go. What the thing say? It's on the timer now. 25 minutes, 30 seconds. Hey, I'm on time, man. I'm trying to tell you. I'm on a mission. Anytime when I post one of these podcasts and it's just me, I ain't trying to do more than 30 minutes now. Hell, if I have a guest, I ain't necessarily trying to do more than 30 minutes either, but you know, time flies and shit like that. Well, reckon I get on out of here. Y'all go ahead and, like somebody said in one of my work meetings the other day, and like we used to say when we was kids, go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe. Go ahead and leave a comment. Hell, even if you talking shit, hell, I talk shit back to you. Comment. Share the shit. Send the shit to somebody else. Tell them, look at this shit. That nigga just be talking about anything. You damn right. Go. Waiting on. Like it. Share it. Subscribe. Say something about it. Tell your mama now. Tell the people some grits too. Cheese.